Mackenzie Johnston with Cattle News Central, bringing you your February 1st cattle industry headlines. Brought to you by AgRisk Advisors. They provide risk management programs to livestock producers all across the West. Whether you are concerned about price or weather risk, AgRisk Advisors, they are here to help. With current day market fluctuations, you and I both know there is nothing more important than locking in a price floor on your cattle. So if you'd like to learn more about an LRP, go ahead and reach out to an advisor today. Also sponsored by American Beef Producer Magazine. They feature a wide variety of in-depth articles that cover a wide variety of topics within our industry. They also feature award-winning photography in their publication. If you'd like to check out their most recent edition, their February edition, all you got to do is click on the American Beef Producer link above in the caption. That will take you directly to their Facebook page where you can check that out. And finally, we are sponsored by Lemke Cattle. They are going to be hosting their bull sale on February 11th at the ranch near Lawrence, Nebraska. These naturally thick, heavy muscled, complete Angus, Red Angus, and Balancer genetics are developed right, guaranteed, and built for profit with over half qualified as top dollar Angus sires while also siring highly maternal, easy keeping females that will keep you in the cow business. Head on over to lemkecattle.com, do the auction, or go ahead and check them out on Facebook for weekly updates and videos. According to the North American Meat Institute, also known as NAMI, that we talk about so often on here, they weighed in recently on the New York Times' podcast, which is titled The Daily. I don't know if any of you folks have ever listened to it. It's usually a little bit left-wing, to say the least, but they usually have some interesting topics on there. Anyways, The Daily recently examined the beef and cattle markets, and according to NAMI, they were totally off their mark. The podcast highlighted beef prices increasing an average of 40% since the beginning of the pandemic, and some state cuts have increased almost 70%. The podcast featured ranchers talking about their struggles and the consolidation of our industry. According to NAMI, everything that has occurred in the beef and cattle markets is due to a complex system that is purely ran off of supply and demand. Since the summer of 2021, prices for cattle producers have rebounded, so things are looking up for the industry. NAMI stated that the podcast led its listeners to believe that the beef industry consolidation is increasing, when in all reality it has had the same 4-firm ratio for the last 30 years. NAMI closed by encouraging the Daily's listeners to check out USDA's economists for the facts if they would like to learn more about beef packing and processing. Brownfield Ag News has reported on the USDA semi-annual cattle inventory report that came out yesterday afternoon. That report, I'm sure as you all know, showed a smaller U.S. herd and further contraction that is going to come down the pipe when it comes to our herd numbers. So on January 1st of this year, the U.S. cattle herd was 91.902 million head, down 2% from last year. The rest of the major categories were also down year over year. The number of cows and heifers that have calved was reported at 39.5 million head, down 2% from last year. And beef cows were noted at 30.125 million head, also down 2% from last year. The U.S. now has the fewest beef cows that we have seen in 7 years. In a recent interview with Brownfield Ag News, Ethan Lane, Vice President of Government Affairs for NCBA, said that NCBA members have continued their work to find a solution to address the price imbalance in our cattle markets. NCBA's convention is going to be held this week, and it will determine whether the organization stands its ground against a government mandate to increase negotiated sales, or if it's time to reconsider the mandate concept. Lane closed by saying that there's so many opinions when it comes to the cash trade mandate. The goal of NCBA is to find common ground and a path forward that can be communicated to Capitol Hill and lawmakers who are trying to find a solution. Colin Woodall, NCBA CEO, also weighed in on their convention and the debate over a government mandate to increase negotiated cash sales, according to Beef Magazine. So Woodall believes that mandating cash sales could possibly work against cattle producers and lead to unforeseen consequences. It's easy to look at those options and say, yeah, we're going to stick to the packers, but let me tell you what the packers' reaction will be. They're just going to sit back and say, go for it. Because if our industry has a 50% mandate, they've got every excuse in the world to pay cattle producers even less, said Woodall. He went on to say that even if we craft the most perfect piece of legislation to hopefully solve some of our issues within the industry, it's important to think about if we really want the government involved, because once they do get involved in the industry, it is going to be awfully hard to get them out. That is all I have for you guys this morning. Pretty short and sweet. I hope everyone's week is off to a great start. Have a wonderful Tuesday. I'll catch you later.